Hello friends, Megan is back with another Get to Know Me. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Apple soju instead of strawberry soju from last time. We're gonna play more of this game. I really love this game, as you guys know. So I'm just gonna answer some more questions, do some more shots. Without further ado, let's get into it. What is a compliment you wish you received more frequently? I don't hear a lot of compliments in general, but if I do, it's usually on things that are more external. I would love to hear more compliments on my character, the work that I put into projects, things that I can control. I can't really control external aspects of myself. Okay, let's drink. Cheers. Okay, so what question are you trying to answer most in your life right now? I think some things that I still don't really understand are more so about society and kind of like humanity, and I think the way I see it, I feel like everybody's a good person until they're upset, angry, or offended, and then it seems like all the rules go out the window and then people would just be really like nasty, but it's justified, right? Because they're angry. And personally, I don't see it that way. I feel like we're not just defined by how we are when we're happy and when we're around the people we care about. I think we're also defined by how we handle situations in which we're upset, uncomfortable, or under pressure. Like that also defines us. Yeah, I just feel like as a society, there are different ways that we could deal with situations. One of the movies I saw recently, this is a movie by Anna Akana. I think it's called The Blade of the 47 Ronin. And there's this one dialogue in this movie that's really good. I'll add it right here.
Small men pick on easy targets.
Small men pick on those who do not yet know their own power. They hope to snuff out your light before it outshines them.
I think this dialogue is really good because I think there are two different ways to deal with situations. Actually, there are many ways to deal with situations, but there are two main ways to deal with situations. One way is to use passive aggression or force or even like aggression to express when you're not happy, when you're angry or offended. But another way to handle difficult situations is to use clear verbal communication to express what's bothering you or what you're disappointed by or what you're angry at. I think really ultimately that's the best way to handle any type of negative situation, because that's really the only way to effectively bring about a solution. Or if you're not comfortable communicating, then just giving people their space and just like walking away from the situation. Have you changed your mind about anything recently? Constantly growing and like shifting my mindset, and so I can talk about a few things that I think I've recently realized. One is really recent, actually past like 3 months. I met up with one of my friends and she's like really tough. She's like giving me advice about how to deal with difficult situations. She was like, Megan, if anybody gives you a hard time, just mirror whatever behavior they're giving you right back at them. I don't know if like giving people their negative energy back to them is really like the right way to handle like a situation. But you know, I was like, okay, I'll try it. I have this coworker, he's sometimes kind of difficult, so I tried it, and yeah, I didn't like it. I felt like a complete asshole, and I just like didn't like it. I think like what I took away from that is instead of mirroring someone's negative behavior, if someone is being negative towards you, a good way to deal with it is just to keep your distance from them and like try to surround yourself with people who you don't have to like mirror anything back to, just to separate yourself from negative like behavior. I've also recently changed my mind about, and this is more in the last couple of years. So when I was younger, I always thought that merit was very important. Like I put a huge emphasis on being recognized for your own accomplishments rather than like having recognition because of who you knew or your network and your connections. And I think partly it's because I read this book called The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. What you accomplish on your own is really the most important thing. Like that's what I took away from the book. And because of that and other influences, I personally really wanted to be known for all the things I achieved on my own rather than what I achieved like in a group. As I get older, I'm realizing that we live in such a big world. Like collaboration is necessary. Nobody can achieve everything on their own, like especially if you have bigger goals, like you really can't do everything by yourself. For me personally, I don't have all the skills, all the knowledge, and all the time to do everything by myself. I do need help sometimes. So I'm starting to realize that collaboration is not an offense on your own personal merit. It doesn't like mean that you didn't achieve things by yourself. It's a way to, I think, grow your own merit and produce something bigger with the help of others. A mutual success rather than one person succeeding and kind of showing everybody that like, hey, I can do this on my own. Kind of everybody coming together and creating something bigger than that. And I think that that's something that I've personally recently realized. Like when people used to tell me the quote, like if you want to go fast, go by yourself. And if you want to go far, go with others, something like that. And I used to be like, that's complete BS. Like I'd rather go fast myself. And I thought that I could go really far myself too. But the truth is, you can only go so far by yourself because there's just not enough. Like one person cannot have all the skills to do everything. I personally don't think. And like if you do want to go far, I think you do have to have like a good network and connections, and you do have to have like a good supportive group of friends. That's something that I'm realizing. That's something that I think in the past couple of years I've changed my mind about. What's been your happiest memory this past year? I would say probably the relationship that I was in. Like it was a serious relationship, but it wasn't very long. The reason that it made me happy was that I felt like I could really be myself in that relationship. I felt like really seen in the relationship. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a really bad relationship, but I have been in places where I felt like I liked the person more than they liked me, and that I wasn't getting a lot of attention that I really needed. But in this relationship, it did feel like I was getting the right amount of attention, and I wasn't like asking for too much. I was just being myself. It was just very natural, and it made me feel really good. What I really liked is that I felt like I could really rely on him. I knew like if anything happened, he would definitely be there. Yeah, I felt like he treated me like a queen, and if I wanted to do something, he was always down. And it was just a really, I think, healthy relationship. In the end, it didn't end up working out because I think we just weren't compatible and the timing was off. Ultimately, I do really appreciate having been in the relationship because I think it really taught me about myself, and it really helped me raise my standards for what to look for in the next relationship, because now I know what a healthy relationship really looks like. It was a good period, I think, in my life, and yeah, I was pretty happy at that time. I'm still happy, but I think that was like a good experience for both of us. How can you become a better person? I think sometimes pride gets in the way of how I act. I used to place so much emphasis on your own ego. Not consciously, I think subconsciously. I used to think, my ego used to really control me, in the sense that like, if I felt like someone slighted me in any kind of way, I felt like I had to prove myself and like kind of like defend myself. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing that like if you don't use it right, ego can be really damaging. There are a lot of times where if you walk away from a conflict, it's actually a lot better than if you like stay to try to prove yourself. Like a lot of times there's nothing to prove. Yes, some people might laugh at you or like call you weak, but in the long term, I feel like you end up finding better places where you fit like better, if that makes sense. In fact, I think there are a lot of times where people do respect you more when you walk away from conflict. Like you don't always have to engage. I feel like I used to be so stupid. Like if someone like tried to like start drama with me, I would just jump into it. Oh, like you offended like my ego, like let's argue, you know? But it wasn't like any like physical fight, it would just be like drama. Looking back, I feel like that's so stupid, because the truth is, anybody who wants to start a fight with you is probably like angry about something in their own life, to the point where if they don't fight with you, they're gonna try to fight with someone else. So if you're like that idiot who just like jumps into it because someone gave you like something to be mad at, I feel like you're the only person who's gonna end up looking like a fool. Like a much better way to deal with that is just like to walk away. There's no need to like engage in certain behavior. How would you describe the feeling of being in love in one word? I wouldn't know. It's kind of a lot. Well, I don't know. What are you more afraid of, failure or success, and why? I feel like I'm really inclined to say basically failure, right?
Why would anyone be afraid of success?
I think when I was younger, I was more afraid of success because I think like I didn't know how I would handle success. I didn't really know what success looked like to me back then, and so I guess I was afraid to go for what I wanted because I didn't really have a full picture of even what I really wanted. But now, more so, I have a pretty clear picture of what I'm looking for and what I'm going after.
Also, I think I'm a lot more aware of how much
Like guidance goes into someone achieving success. Like success is not like built on one person. It really is the amalgamation of like so many people guiding you and like giving you advice and support. And so I realized, I don't know, like success is definitely not a one person thing. And I think that takes the pressure of being successful off of myself, and therefore I feel like I have more of a right to chase success now. Yeah, I think now I'm more so afraid of failure. What was the question? Don't really know how to answer this question, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm more afraid of because I think failure and success, I think no matter where you are in life, there will always be a problem. I'm kind of afraid of both. I don't know. I'll just take a shot for you guys. When you're asked, how are you? How often do you answer truthfully? Honestly, like almost never. I kind of answer very mechanically, just like, yes, I'm fine. In the past couple of years, honestly, I haven't been feeling fine. Yeah, I'd say like in the past couple of years, I've been in like my sad girl era. And yeah, I'm kind of tired of being this like sad girl era. I'm ready to be out of that, and I'm ready to accomplish more and realize like my full capacity. I feel like kind of go a step above what I've been doing, and I feel like that's coming, so we'll see. Is there a feeling you miss? Yeah, I miss being a kid and not having responsibilities. All I had to do was like be home on time and like do my homework. Do I seem like a coffee or tea person, sweetened or unsweetened? I actually drink water, I don't drink coffee or tea. But if I do, I'm more of a coffee person. Unsweetened. I'm not really like a sugar person. Actually, my favorite coffee place is La Colombe. They have a draft latte that is so good. How likely am I to go camping? How high maintenance is my setup? Oh, let's take some shots. I got everything you need. Do I seem like a camping girl? I love camping. I haven't gone in so long. Like my parents used to take us, just setting up a tent, doing like a barbecue, being in the wilderness, roasting marshmallows at night and catching up with people. Honestly, I miss it so much. I haven't gone camping in so long, but I would love to go again. I feel like a lot of my friends would call me high maintenance, and to an extent they're correct. There's certain things in life that I'm pretty high maintenance about, and it's not because I want to be better than anybody else. It's just that I personally have high standards for myself, and I try to do certain things to the best of my ability. Only certain things, health and nutrition, I think that's just really important in anyone's life. Others, like I'm not very organized, and I think with camping, I would say like you'd probably not be very high maintenance at all. Do I seem like someone who would get a name tattooed on myself? Why or why not? So I'm actually pretty particular about tattoos. I don't have any tattoos right now. I have this rule that I got from one of my teachers in high school, which is if I do want a tattoo, I have to wait at least 1 year. If I still want it after 1 year, then I'll get it. There's never been a tattoo so far that I've actually gotten, but I'm actually thinking about getting a tattoo. I am. I've been thinking about this for 3 years. I might bite the bullet. I don't know. I feel like I would look a lot cooler with tattoos, you know? What is your mother's name and what is the most beautiful thing about her? So my mom's name is Judy. That's her American name. Besides just her sheer external beauty, I think she's a really genuine, independent person, and she's taught me a lot about how to be like really strong and how to think for myself. So that is the end of my Q&A for today. Goodbye, Soju. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!